Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisor channel. My name is Chris, and yes, I'm back to my day job here doing some trading as I could not go live. I tried to give you guys a live stream as I was taking this trade because, well, the setups are getting quite amazing out there and we're having a lot of fun this morning, and I wanted to go live maybe next time, guys, but here's what I can say that I need to pull up TradingView and see if she will let me pull it up. But basically, pulling it out a little deeper here on the one-day time frame. And this is the level to clear. And we just actually broke out. This is very, very good. Okay. Lucky you guys are getting this information today. But by ticking above this high, essentially, we've created a reversal on the 5-day time frame and the weekly time frame. So essentially, this would be your higher low. This would be your higher high. That is a reversal on the weekly time frame. And the last time we had a reversal on the weekly time frame, not only did we hit the 1618 fib, but Bitcoin from low to next major high, that was a 50% gainer. So where does 50% take us from the low to the high? What do you know? Right to that 1618 fib coming in 81,864. And how would you know the continuation of this move is very, very likely? Well, and just maybe I'll get a chance to do a couple live trades for you guys. So make sure you do smash the like button. Stay till the end. I'll be going over some of the altcoins on the hot list, which are apparently on the right-hand side of the screen here. And yeah, getting back to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is not on the right side of the screen here. Let's go to the AI list. Might as well take a look at this, guys. Mother Iggy's coin. Absolute massive breakout. Just something to keep on the radar if memes are going to be a thing. Well, that looks like a giant W to me. And where do W's like to go, guys? Where do the W's like to go? I would put it at 79. I had another target as deep as $1. We're sitting at about 12 cents right now. Again, very, very high risk stuff. Here's a W on WIF. Top of the W coming in at 268. And back onto Bitcoin, as that was our main topic of conversation at the moment. Essentially, this is a W formation as well. And if we do close anywhere above the middle of this wick, a very, very specific region, which getting back to that trade, just took me out, didn't it? Wow. Well, quick little profit there. And it's okay to take those. Oh, look at it. It made the W, in fact, to a T perfectly. So as we broke this trend line, you would imagine a breakout retest of the trend line. Where's everybody stops right now? Right there. In my opinion, again, I'd imagine most people's stops are hanging out right there. So if Bitcoin's price did do something like this, bing, 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 or more preferably, you want to see that, right? But just in case that doesn't happen, like a direct retest and a V bottom out of there. That's what you want to see for immediate continuation. That would put us right into the box of peace and prosperity and death and despair between that 618 and 786 fib. The fibs are really doing their job. The TA is really starting to come together here. Oh, where's my rectangle? Where's my box? You know, those gaps like to get filled. Gaps like to get filled. Anyways, I'm going to draw it out, and then I'm going to delete the rest of this. And gives you a pretty nice picture of what could potentially happen on the shorter term time frames, because, well, I'm going to get to some of the higher term confirmations that are in play, but looks like things are turning around with bullish divergence on the 5-day time frame, a very powerful time frame. Momentum turning up on the weekly time frame. All goosing the odds in the favor of the bulls right now for a little bit more continuation. You know, we're not out of the woods yet. It's not guaranteed bull heavens. As a matter of fact, this nifty little tool right here called the value area high range tool. Value area high range tool. I don't know if that's the correct name for it, but I do know this is the point of control. There's a value area high of the range. And where would the next potential short setup look like? Well, I'll throw that out there for you as well. If you're looking to catch the big moves, do I think this is likely to happen? You know, anyways, none of this is financial advice. All for your entertainment and your idea in line with, you know, what your goals are. But price action tends to get sucked up into that point of control. I don't know why it's just looking a little bit different from when I did it yesterday, but point of control coming in at 66,600. I can't believe we didn't get there yet. And then the value area high of the range, and this is known as the discount zone, and this is known as the premium zone, right? So you want to buy at a discount and sell at a premium, right? That's the idea. 66,500. Again, this is on Binance. So looks like, you know, one more push and potentially a bullish engulfing candle on the daily. Very, very interesting price action. I want to get back down to the 1 minute. And we're coming into the dead gap zone. It's a good time to take a look at the liquidation levels. I'm going to grab myself some water really quick. Gosh, it is sure a beautiful day out there in Westlake Village. Can't wait to get outside and get a little green grass under the skin here. If that makes any sense. Did we get the bounce? Is it over? Well, the heat map suggests that liquidity was just grabbed. Most of it is now hanging out to the downside. Let's look at the 4 hour. 48 hour and the weekly. You know, just got most of that liquidity there. And where's the pullback zone at 62.5, 62.2? I'd expect a bounce for that region if we ever do come back down there. If we ever do. This was a long trade setup given yesterday. Not the best risk to reward at the time, but what I had mentioned is that I forgot where that was exactly, but I said, look, you know, you enter here and then you layer in orders, 3 orders in here, and you're stopped, you know, below there, right? And well, that would have been in fact, I was in that trade yesterday, and yeah, just coming back to our thesis of the dead gap zones, which is currently happening right now. And what did price do yesterday? Well, it took a little dip, 1%. And then you go into the Asia market open in a couple of hours after the day closes, essentially, yeah? And that's usually the evening time, yeah, 5, 6, 7 p.m., 6, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then you look for the low to get put in if we're going to continue. Anyways, that's kind of what I would suspect. We are Wednesday. We made it past turnaround Tuesday. The daily time frame avoided catastrophe by, and now this is the bottom, the floor price, not the floor price, but this is where you would expect things to base out, and, perhaps retest. We don't want to close back in this area, right? If we close back below here, well, it's, the opportunity to come back down to the bottom of the range is definitely going to be there. And definitely this area right here between 58,000 and 56,000. So technically speaking, we do got a very, very big thing that just happened, which is this. 5-day W confirmation. Look at that W formation. I didn't even see that until right now. Where do the W's take you? Well, to the other end of the W. To the other end of the W. Gosh, there's just this little corner of my screen that is hiding from me, and it's driving me nuts. And I don't see my favorites tool. I'm using a Firefox browser now. There we go. And it's been driving me a little bit nuts, but got to do what you got to do. Here's the W, guys. Boom, perfect W. Is it guaranteed to work out back at 70,000 bucks? No, it is not. But if we go to the 6-month liquidity on the heat map, where's that liquidity stacked up at the top side? Well, I'd expect some sell pressure at 70,000 bucks. And if we do eat through, call it $68,000, well, it's going to be a quick ride up to 70,000. So the question is, pull back first or not? And how do we know if the rally is going to continue? And I think we got a very good pivot on the daily time frame, which is going to be 63,392. As long as we don't get any dailies, back below there, I would kind of expect trend continuation. I want to look at one other particular indicator. Also, green dot on the weekly for market cipher. Got a 5-day green dot. And all in the context, open interest has been going up as the price has been consolidating at the highs. So essentially, since here, open interest has gone up as the price has gone down. Maybe people are building shorts. I'm not an open interest genius, but the other thing I'm going to take a quick look at here on the 5-minute time frame, if I do want to take another stab at this and perhaps one more stab at the top side of the range, I do think there is a chance back at 66,000, even before we go back down. Here we go, 63,736. You always got to think in your head, what's going to be the route of the most pain for new investors? What's going to be the route of the most pain for everybody in the market, even for old investors? The route of the most pain is where the most people get liquidated, right? We all know what it feels like. Don't wipe those tears away. Wipe those tears away. Anyways, that's why we have a crypto trading course, a Discord where you can ask questions, interact with people. Again, link is in the description below. Check out BloFin, the new favorite exchange. Link is right at the top there. Really good liquidity, enjoying it quite a bit. And just taking a look at Bitcoin on these shorter term time frames, I've also been getting a lot of good trades off of this particular signal, which is going to be bullish divergence On the 12 and the 24-minute time frame, shout out to Mr. Casper for pointing this one out to me. You'd expect continuation from this pivot. And if we're going to do it, it's going to happen from right here. I mean, literally right here. If we're going to continue, it happens in the dead gap while the market makers are sleeping, taking their lunch break. Whoever it is, the whales are going to come in and push things just a little bit higher, just a little bit higher. 66,108. Yeah, we're not even at 66,000. We haven't even, all we did was take out a very important level, which is this level right here. So yeah, let's do it one day at a time, one step at a time. We don't want it to happen all in one day. We want it to happen slowly, but surely. So taking out this high was a key thing that happened today, as well as taking a look at the massive bullish divergence. If you guys know anything about bullish divergence, there's not a lot of like stuff online that goes, okay, here's the exact target. Here's where you go, right? If you have a drive of bullish divergence, what is the target? By the way, check out our website. If you want to get crypto in your IRA, you can download the mobile app, fill out an application, do all the fun stuff, yada, yada, yada. It's link in the description below. But we, on our resource center here, we have a couple little cheat sheets and things that you want to be aware of. But this is very, very, very handy. So it tells you how to read bullish and bearish divergence and what your targets are. It's not a guarantee to work out, but 1, 2, 3 drives of bearish divergence, where the targets are, and what is hidden in bullish and bearish divergence. Check it out on our website. Download the PDFs, stamp them on your wall. I literally have this cheat sheet on my wall, so now I don't need the cheat sheet anymore. I just see it before it happens. I see it before it happens. Just like before I started the stream, I literally said, okay, long enough to that white 200, and then we're going to retest. And that's where I wanted to take my long, and looks like it happened while I'm sitting here doing the thing. So I'm going to add a little bit. Dang it. Darn diggity skip. I missed adding in my box. That was the zone. That was it. If we are going to continue, I said this is the time. So we might as well do a little bit more. And then where do we manage our risk? Well, technically should be below this low. But I'm going to, that's the worst thing you can say. But I'm going to watch it instead of put my stop loss. No, I'm actually going to put it in there. And if I need to move it, I will move it. Actually, in fact, I don't mind taking a small loss. I just would have liked to get the more sniper entry, which would have been right as this low formed. As this low formed here. And we said, look, we don't want things to come back down during this time because we're in the dead gap zone. Crazy things can happen here. Most of the liquidity is to the downside. In the short-term time frames, but in the higher-term time frames, I think most of it, well, there's still a nice little batch at 66,000. So that'll be my take profit on this shorter-term trade. And then I think I'm going to let you guys go, maybe jump into one more thing and point for the bulls. And for the people that are following and been following for some months, and we've been talking about, look, like what happens? A couple things you got to be prepared for is, I don't know, the opportunity for a violent shakeout, right? And what would a violent shakeout take Bitcoin back down to, like that $46,000, $47,000? I would love it if that happened. But when the stock market is doing this, it's hard to think that that's going to happen. So NASDAQ has not made a new all-time high, but S&P and Dow Jones have. Look at that. The Japanese yen, we want that to go down. Or, sorry, back up. We want the yen to go back up, right? Yeah. We want the yen going up and the dollar down. That's what we want to see. So the dollar coming into critical support here, and you know, this has been year-long support. I mean, this has been the support at $1. The dollar's been at $1 for a year. What do you think? Is the dollar worth $1? I don't think so. As the dollar goes on down, risk assets typically go up. And a dip down to 99 looks like the next target, and below there 94.98. How does that support gold? That's total market cap, and this is breaking out. This is also leading the altcoin rally here. And good old gold. As the dollar goes down, gold goes up, right? Just be prepared. You know, stock market crash, gold goes down. It's not what everybody tells you. Typically, people take their gold profits to call their margins in the stock market. Everybody going 100x long into this election. They need something to sell. And you can see what happened here. In 2008, gold, before the good old GFC, before the good old unwinding of the yield curve, which, by the way, that's happening right now, the 2 and the 10 year, the 2s and the 10s, which, by the way, here is the 2-year. 2-year interest rates at 3.7%, 10 years at 3.79%. So yeah, now the 10 year is paying you more than the 2-year. That's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be the other way around, where the 2-year is paying you more than the 10-year. TLT almost making a full recovery. It looks like most of the altcoins inverted head and shoulders, broke out, retested, and TLT is the 20-year bond fund for BlackRock. So 20-year bonds, I don't even know what they're paying, but the 30-year is paying 4% right now. Could you imagine if that thing keeps going up? I mean, technically it looked like it going down. What happens when bond yields go down? Why do you think bond yields go down? Because there's more demand. When there's more demand, they don't have to pay you as much money. Less demand, right? Less investors, less people want to buy bonds at 5% or let's say 2%, right? They don't want to buy them at 2%, so they put them at 3%. Okay. Not enough. Investors want more. 5%. That's where they're at right now. That's why CDs at the bank. Why would they be offering those stupid CDs at 5%? Why do you think? Really ask yourself that question. Are they giving away free money, or are they wanting you to take more risk by parking it in their little life savings account? I'll let you answer the question for yourself, but 30-year, you know, if the 30-year gets back above here, that would be bad. As long as this thing's below that last level, looks like a breakdown to me. We'll be able to refi our homes, buy more homes, and the 18-year real estate cycle does continue. And I do think that is something to keep our eyes on. That 18-year real estate cycle, the last 2 years, the boom happens over the next 2 years. Again, building our case for what to do, where to do it, how to do it. I was just explaining what exactly a bull flag is. Well, here's a bull flag. Thank you. Silver to $45 if it can hold basically, as long as silver doesn't break back below 26, or I would even say first warning shot below 30. If we start closing a weekly below 30, you know, failure. But to me, this is a confirmed, looks like a confirmed breakout. Silver follows gold with more gains. And here's the inverted head and shoulders on silver. By the way, there is silver cryptos. You know, you can buy silver, get the same ROI, you know, with a silver USDT token. And they even have real, like Pax Gold is backed by real gold. You can do that too. It's part of the future, guys. It is part of the future. And, but I think kind of the point of metals, right? People buy metals because they want to have it in your hand. They want to give it to their grandkids or their kids, grandkids. But that would take us up to 45 bucks. And silver would not even be making a new all-time high. Where would the all-time high come in? Boom. Maybe around 54 bucks. All right, that's enough on silver. Metals. Checking out Mr. Tau coin here. Tau, one of the AI tokens out there, getting drooped on here. Wow, that one's going for more. I'm actually going to join that party to the downside here. Wow. Tau, giving it up. Giving up the ghost here. Why did I just blatantly take that trade? Well, and I missed most of the move. I had a target in mind already earlier, and I was talking about it. And essentially, if you look at this as a range, we just took out the pivot right there. That was the chance. The little Harami candle got faded, and very likely liquidity hunt down to 478. Still macro bullish and or macro bullish. I don't even know if that's a word, guys. Macro bullish, fully bullish. That's what we are, guys. We are fully bullish in the paint here. Mr. Tau. I want the older price chart. Tau was one of the first AI tokens. If you guys smash the like button, if you guys got in on that trade over 2 years ago, or was it 2 years ago? It was a long time ago. NVIDIA was releasing their results, and we saw the W forming, and the rumor was, this is an AI coin. This AI coin is like ChatGPT. This AI coin called BitTenzer, whatever it's called, BitTenzer. Let's see if we can, Tau coin. If it goes to the website, you could go to BitTenzer, which of course their own website doesn't even come up first. There it is. It's like ChatGPT, but it sucked. You could say like, draw me a picture, and it didn't even do anything. Like it was awful. But it was just the rumor and the hype around NVIDIA, around the AI scene. So we said, let's give it a shot. And when things started going parabolic, we said, okay, here's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you another trade setup. But you will remember, if you're following my channel, by the way, if you want to take trades like this and set them up on BloFin, there's a link in the description below. You can sign up. No KYC, lots of fun. And, you know, fund your account with $10. Oh, yeah, they're going to do in a week. So if you have, you know, they're going to do a special promotion. I think it's actually going to go, yeah, next week, 10% cash back. So create the account, you know, put it in there next week. I don't know. 10% cash back. That's not too bad. Anyways, back onto the point here. We took our long here. We said, you know, W forming. Things started going parabolic. We said, hey, look, we're going to wait for the 4236 FIP. And we sold it way up here. Even though it kept going, we said, we're selling. Okay. I personally did not want to even get involved again after that kind of a profit, that kind of a run. I mean, that was a very, very nice trade, you know, coming from here to here. That was 400%. Add some leverage. You know what happens after that, right? So, The AI narrative is back, and it's stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. I don't know if that's a word either, but essentially what you would expect here now, if this thing is going to remain bullish, which one point to BitTensor that I like is the fixed supply. You know, not only is it supposed to be ChatGPT, the coin, right? But it's also supposed to be like Bitcoin. Don't ask me how, but you can mine for Tau coins. They have a mining schedule just like Bitcoin. So many Bitcoins are released, or so many Tau coins are released every day. That's why the price is so high. There's truly a fixed supply of this coin. Unlike the other ones like Ethereum, people don't know this. You know, you can just mint, you know, they mint more Ethereums. I don't know. They burn more. A lot of these coins, you can just make more coins out of thin air. How do you know that? Well, you can go to the max supply. And some of them will say infinity. Some will give a max supply. Anyways, there are only 7.3 million Tau in circulation. 21 million. So they actually show you how many coins are out there. That's a very low amount of coins compared to the market cap, which is 3 billion right now. So yeah, I'm looking at this as a macro consolidation and the next leg up. Wow. I'm glad we're having this conversation, guys. I'm not ready to get involved. I'm not saying it's time to go all in on AI Tau coin that doesn't even do anything. I'm saying let's just keep our eyes on it. Let's start to look at where we could potentially take a position. Where's the best place to buy? In a consolidation range, in my opinion, it's not in my humble opinion. If you could get a retest anywhere into this green box, purple box, whatever color this is, $300 to 385. That would look very nice. But, you know, it could just continue onwards and upwards. Let's see how, and by the way, look at that. Yeah. That looks good for a nice little correction in that box. Right between the 786 and the 618. All right, I think I went long enough today, guys. AI coins, we talked about everything except for this one. All right, if you stayed to the end, pat yourself on the back because you're about to get a golden nugget here. Or maybe a complete failure. But Iggy, which I don't know who it is. I don't follow, you know, like this isn't my kind of music. But apparently some very, very famous Mother Iggy made her own coin. Total supply, 1 billion tokens, or 986 million. Market cap, 126 million. So it's very, very small still. So for it to go to 1 billion, it's a 10x. Guess what? It was already 1 billion. No. What was the market cap back here? Price. That's not showing the market cap. Anyways, oh yeah, market cap. Here, okay, market cap was interesting. Circulating supply. Oh, all the tokens are out. That's very good. Guys, I'm giving away a gem here. This is made on Solana. If you're bullish on Solana, the meme tokens on Solana, the DEX tokens on Solana, probably going to do good. That's how it works. All right. What was my point here is we have a W on Mr. Mother token, on Mrs. Mother token. Where does the W take you? To the 4236. Boom. 60 cents. Want to get a little more aggressive, go from wick to wick. And we have not even hit the 618 yet. So 16 cents. Oh, I love this, guys. This is exciting. I'm not saying put grandma, bet the farm on this one, right? But, set up an account on BloFin. Go throw $100 in there, $50, whatever. Crank up the leverage a little bit, 2x, Actually, I could show you an example tomorrow. If you guys come back tomorrow, I will show you an example of a trade with Mrs. Mother Token. Hopefully a profitable one. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a blessed and highly favored day. And thanks for being here. Take care.